Hey Nash, what should we make?
Well, the hat must mean it's time for another holiday party dish. We've been seriously missing meat in the last few, so let's do a sausage bite wreath, or ring if you're not serving it at Christmas.
All right, let's make a sausage bite wreath, or ring. Welcome back to Chaos Kitchen, where we make things that you can make and bring to or serve at party. And if it happens to be Christmas and you're wearing a stupid hat, maybe it's a holiday party, but also good for any party. So today we're gonna make a sausage bite wreath or a sausage bite ring. Wreath just applies if it happens to be Christmas. It's gonna be easy, it's gonna be delicious, something you could serve as an appetizer at any function, and it'll be great. So hey, without further ado, let's go. This is gonna be a fairly easy recipe, and we start by dicing an onion. I'm not crying, you're crying. Wow, that's a Hallmark movie onion. It's making me cry. That's a very emotional onion. That's a they killed a dog in a movie onion. And then we fine chop some parsley. And then in a pan on medium heat, we melt about 2 tablespoons of butter. Then we add our onions. Get those all stirred in, coated in butter, get them cooking. And then we'll add a good pinch of salt and some pepper. And then we just let these guys cook. And once your onions have sweated, I don't know, whatever. And they have a little bit of color, clear out a landing spot, throw in a few cloves of minced garlic, let that cook for about a minute till it's fragrant, and we stir that through. Then we want to add a little bit of thyme after time, and some sage. Fresh would be best, but I don't have any, so use what you got. That's what I'm doing. Just get this all stirred in, and then let that cook for about a minute. And then we want to kill the heat, preheat your oven to 400, and then transfer these onions to something else. Or just leave them here, it doesn't really matter. But either way, remove them from the heat. That's the important part. Then we get a medium-ish bowl, add a pound of Italian sausage, hot, sweet, mild, whatever, it's your prerogative. Some of that chopped parsley, about a teaspoon of Worcestershire, pinch of salt, some black pepper, and our onion mixture. And then use your 5-pronged mixing tools and get everything combined. Then we set that aside. Then we flour our surface. Then we get out a sheet of puff pastry. I promise this will be the last puff pastry recipe for a while, because I'm kind of sick of puff pastries, but the recipes are good, so make them. And if you can get the refrigerated one, I'm telling you, it's a million times better than the frozen ones. Where I live, the only store I can find them at is Smith's, which is a Kroger. So if you have a Ralph's or a Kroger or a Smith's or any of the Kroger brands, they just might have these. So fun fact, tip of the day. Put a little bit more on top here just to make it less sticky, easier to work with. Crack an egg into a small bowl, whip that up. We're making an egg wash and set that aside. Then we want to take this guy and cut it in half the long way. So if you remember, hot dog versus hamburger, we want to do hot dog. And then let's take the top half and kind of set it aside. And we got our bottom half. And then with this in mind, up and down, we want to put a layer of mustard. I'm using Dijon. You could use whatever mustard you want. Just gonna brush this. So basically the bottom half of this whole deal is mustarded. Then we take half of our sausage mixture and we want to roll this out into a log that is as long as this thing is. And just put it right over the mustard portion. And try to get it even. I'm trying my best, folks. Then we paint this part with some egg wash. So if this is the top and this is the bottom, we're painting the top part over the sausage with the egg wash. And then we just want to grab this, roll it over, and then just with a little bit of overlap and a kind of nice even roll, then we can just trim the excess. And then we're just gonna go ahead and transfer this guy to, I have a sheet pan, a rack in a sheet pan, because basically I want airflow underneath. Because the sausage is kind of fatty, if we just put it in the bottom of our sheet pan, it'll work. So if you don't have any other options, that's fine. But I want it kind of raised so that airflow can get underneath it and the juices can drain without making the bottom soggy. So that's why I'm doing this. So I have a rack and a pan. I have this little grill mat, which is kind of a screen door kind of a deal. So that way nothing will fall through or get stuck in the holes. That's what
she said.
Then we take the other half of our puff pastry and we wash, rinse, and repeat. Then with both of our halves, we take these and we turn it into let's see if I can do this right, a circle of some sort. Do I have enough? Does that work? That kind of works. And then using a little bit of egg wash on the edges, we want to combine these two. So just put a little bit of egg wash on there and then just sort of pinch the seams so they stick together. And I'm not a baker, folks, so we're doing our best, which is what you should do. I should have called my show, "If I can do it, you can do it." That's the whole point of the frickin' show. And then we want to take a knife and make cuts like this about every 1.5 inches. So we don't want to go all the way to the edge. So I'm just going to try and make this even. And then on each of these, we just kind of want to twist them so the sausage side kind of comes up. And that way, we're going to have like a pull apart kind of a deal. So I'm going to do 24. And then you just want to make sure and leave the inner edge together. So it's not as pretty as I was hoping it'd look, but you know, we did our best. So hopefully this works. I mean, either way, it's going to taste good. That's all that really matters. So then we just want to brush this guy with an egg wash. Try to get all the surfaces, but do your best. You know, we're not professional chefs. We're not trying to beat Bobby Flay. We're just trying to make something cool for our family and friends. And that's what we're here for. So do your best. Just get egg wash on as much of this as you can. Then we just want to hit this with some white sesame seeds and some black sesame seeds, because why not, you know? Or if you've got some poppy seeds, use those. Do whatever. Just this is really just making it look pretty, or as close as I can get to pretty. Pretty's obviously not my thing in so many ways. Then before we bake this, we want to let it chill in the fridge for about 1/2 hour. And here's our guy out of the fridge, nice and chilled. Don't ask questions about this. That's a secret. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's just a hot dog wrapped in puff pastry because this all has onions in it, so this is for Nash. Now we throw this into our 400-degree oven until the puff pastry is puffed and golden brown and the sausage is cooked, probably about 45 minutes. So off we go. And here's our guy right out of the oven. It's looking pretty good. We got a little breakage over here, but other than that, I mean, looks great, but it's hot AF, so we're gonna let this cool before we plate it. Just a few minutes. So then, you know, put a little dipping sauce in the middle, a little mustard or whatever you want, maybe some chutney, I don't know, whatever you're into. And there we have our sausage bite wreath or sausage bite ring. And it's time for a bite. Cheers. The sausage is juicy, tender, and flavorful, and the puff pastry is nice and flaky and soft with a crispy exterior. It's kind of a perfect little bite. And then you could put a dipping sauce or plethora of dipping sauces for your guests, and it'll be a big hit out of 10. Hey, that's what I think, but let's see what Nash thinks. Hey, bud, how you doing?
I'm good. Just been thinking about the woodchuck conundrum. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? None, because I'd eat him.
Well, check it out. We made this sausage bite wreath that you wanted, and of course we made a dog-friendly version just for you. Well, here you go. What do you think?
Thank goodness. It's like manna from heaven. Finally, some meat again. It's been too long with all those meatless dishes. This is delicious. I'll eat the whole thing.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
What I don't like about office Christmas parties is looking for a job the next day.
Another great recipe to bring to or serve at any party. People will love it. It'll disappear fast. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second, go like, share, subscribe, hype, comment, all that good stuff. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments. And if you like this video, go check out some of our other party dishes somewhere around here. Have a Merry Christmas or Happy Merry whatever it is that you celebrate. Enjoy the season and time with yours. And just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.